Welcome back to part 3 of our series on how to use the MLS. This is Ron Wilczek, broker of Metro Phoenix Homes. Our first video covered how to use a wide geographic search to narrow down the area you want to live in, and there was quite a few extra tools in there. The second tutorial talked about how to narrow your selection criteria through the left side toolbar and the 45 to 47 different criteria that we make available to you. Today, the third tutorial is going to be on evaluating the properties or homes for you to purchase. Okay, we're going to switch back to our MLS screen, and this is the same screen we used in the first two tutorials. What we've done at this current time, we're looking in Scottsdale. We decided to look at single-family detached homes up to $450,000. You can insert your own price range in here. We're looking at just lender-owned or bank-owned properties, and we're going to look at properties at least 2,500 square feet. And that should about do it. That brought us 7 searches, or 7 properties to look at. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go to the list view. We have a list of extra criteria across the top to make it easier for to sort through these things. So you can see at this point, these are the subdivisions that were in here. One in Troon, Pinnacle Views, La Buena Vida Estates. One of the first things everyone wants to do is look at the overall detail. And we're looking at Beck Lane right now. And you can also move this over by this little arrow to get yourself a more full view. So we do that. You'll notice that the detail list gives you quite a lot of information. Everything from the price to the MLS number to the bedrooms, the lot square footage, the taxes and the tax year, the subdivisions, the schools. And to get even more information, you can read through these features and the room details and the construction utilities and county tax and financing. What else you want to look at is that HOA, in this case, yes or no. There's no HOA here, so you know that. And then you've got general directions to the property. So let's look at the pictures first. 6 pictures. We get to flip through them. It looks like there's granite countertops, tile on the floor. You can see the floor plan to the front door, and it looks like some mixed tile, different styles here that end right here and switch over. And fireplace, pool, and that's it, 6. So you might be thinking, well, that could be a potential, but can it work? Can I learn more about this? So what you'd want to do is, you go to the map view, you can look where it says actions for selected listings. Besides going to zoom to listing, which gives you an idea that already, hey, it's on Greenway Road. I don't know if I want to live on a main road like that. Well, so you might cross this one off immediately, but here's a nice little tool. If you didn't really know for sure what you were being surrounded by, not only can you go to the satellite view and get a little bit better idea, and of course you can zoom in and zoom out, but you can also do what's called show bird's eye map. So let's start by minimizing this and moving it out of the way. Now you get a bird's eye view that you can essentially move in and out, but besides that, you can also flip the property, see all different sides of it, zoom in and out, and so you get a really good idea what the property looks like. You can check out the neighborhood before we even show up to the property. Okay, so we close the bird's eye view. Let's look at this now. You can even go to the point where you can overlay zip codes, subdivisions. Let's go to subdivisions, and you can see right here that this happens to be in Cactus Glen. You can see there's a Cactus Glen 7, this is 4. So now you get to see this is part of a larger subdivision. So this is very helpful in determining things such as that. You can also go to a zip code map overview. Now you can see this from a further broader perspective, how close you are to other zip codes. So let's get rid of the zip code. Let's take this a step further. If we go back to the detail view, you'll notice that we have included for you a tax information tab. You can click on this, and now you're also going to be able to see not only the current owner, which in this case is the bank property, but you're also going to be able to see things such as the verified lot size, the legal description of the property, the lot. You're also going to be able to see the tax information and how the property's changed in tax values over the years. Here you can see in 2011 it's $3,006 per year, but you're also going to be able to see the transaction and sales information. Here you can see the trustee's deed of sale, August 2011, Bank of New York, bought this property had to take it back because of a foreclosure. They had to buy it back for $323. That was the note. And you can go down and see things about school districts, flood zones, and things like that, and more detailed property information. Here you can see there's no land premiums. It's pool 575 square feet, concrete tile, good quality construction, and there was nothing added on in value in terms of extra rooms or things like that. So very informational and helps you narrow down your search even more. Now, here's another nice feature, is that right from this screen, because it knows what the purchase price is, you can click on calculator. The price is automatically there. If you were going to do, let's say, 20% down, 5% interest, your payment's already there. Now this is principal and interest, not taxes and insurance, but I just showed you how to get taxes from the previous screen. So you take the annual taxes divided by 12, and then for your insurance, figure a minimum of $500 per year for insurance. So you can add those on and you can figure out your monthly payment. Now you can also decide if you want to change your down payment. Let's say you want to do just 10% down payment. You can see it automatically changes. Let's say you got a better interest rate, it's 4%. Automatically changes. Let's see what else we have to offer you. We just switched back to the detail view. Now we're going to open up these other listings, and you've got all 7 of these properties here. So let's say you decided you like this property, you like this one, and you liked this one. You'll notice that the check marks indicate how many you've selected. So you've got selected and results. Clicked on selected. Now you've narrowed it down to the 3 you like the most. And this allows you then to go back to the map again, and you can zoom out and you can look at where they are in relationship to each other. And you can also do the comparison by clicking on compare, and the one you've selected will be compared against the other 2. You can switch. It automatically switches and compares the figures. There you go. Anytime you want to change your criteria, you can always go back to edit search, and you're free to change any of these criteria and essentially start over. And there's 2 more quick things I wanted to show you before we end this tutorial. Number 1 is, if you go back to detail and you want to find out if you're looking at a bank-owned property or a short sale, if you kind of lose track, you can always go back and you're going to find that either in this section down here, it'll be called special listing conditions. Sometimes it'll be under what's called the room details. Here it says lender-owned property right here. You can see that. If we go to this property, same thing. It's over here, lender-owned property, and that's because we selected lender-owned properties. Now on the map, here's a very useful tool. Let's say we're looking at this house on Clare Drive, and we move in a little closer, and we're wondering, well, how far is this actually from the freeways? So what we can do is come down to this little icon right here, which looks like a measuring stick and a protractor. We click on it. You see it gets highlighted. You can come to the listing. You can click. You can drag. You can see it's measuring the segments of the travel. And by the time you get to the 51, it's a total of 3.66 miles. So this will end the 3rd tutorial. The next tutorial will be on how to save an account, create an account, to manage your favorites, how to use social media to show your friends what you're looking at in the MLS. So that's it. See you at tutorial number 4.